The smoke was already clawing at the sky when Alex Thompson slammed on the brakes of his beat-up pickup. Flames licked the top-floor windows of the old Riverside apartments, the ones he'd driven past every morning for the last 6 months while dropping Mia off at daycare. Sirens wailed in the distance, but they were still minutes away, and the fire didn't care about schedules. A crowd had gathered on the cracked sidewalk, phones up, mouths open. Alex's heart jackhammered. He scanned the faces for his daughter's teacher, for anyone he knew, but saw only strangers. Then he heard it, a scream, high and desperate, slicing through the roar of the blaze. Third floor. Corner unit. A woman's silhouette pounded against the glass. Alex didn't think. He just ran. If you're gripping your seat right now, hit that like button and subscribe with the bell on, because this story is about to twist in ways you won't see coming. Let's dive in. Alex Thompson was 34, divorced, and freshly unemployed. 3 weeks ago, he'd been a mid-level project manager at Apex Innovations, the kind of guy who color-coded spreadsheets and still believed in team synergy. Then Elena Voss, CEO, Ice Queen legend, walked into the boardroom, pointed at his name on a slide titled Cost-Cutting Phase 2, and said, "Thompson's redundant." Just like that. No warning. No severance worth mentioning. He'd stood in the parking garage afterward, keys digging into his palm, and called his ex-wife. "I lost the job, Sarah." Her silence had been louder than any scream. Now, he lived on ramen and pride, picking up odd jobs, fixing Mrs. Alvarez's leaky faucet, driving for a rideshare app at 2 a.m. when Mia was asleep at his sister's. The apartment fire wasn't even his neighborhood, but the daycare route cut through here, and Mia had begged for McDonald's nuggets. One detour. One stoplight. One moment that changed everything. He vaulted the chain-link fence, boots crunching on shattered glass. The front door was a furnace. Heat slapped his face like a fist. He yanked his flannel shirt over his mouth, eyes watering, and took the stairs 2 at a time. Second floor, clear. Third floor, hell. The hallway was a tunnel of smoke and flame. He dropped to his knees, crawling, lungs burning. The screaming had stopped. That was worse. "Ma'am. Can you hear me?" His voice cracked. A cough. Weak. From the left. He kicked in the door. The apartment was an inferno, couch ablaze, curtains gone, a ceiling beam sagging like a drunk. In the corner, curled beneath a desk, was the woman. Dark hair, soot-streaked face, designer blazer half melted to her arm. Elena Voss. Alex froze. The woman who'd ruined his life was choking on the smoke of hers. For one heartbeat, he saw the boardroom again. Her cool green eyes. The way she'd said redundant like it was a diagnosis. Then Mia's face flashed in his mind, gap-toothed smile, asking why Daddy looked sad. He moved. "Elena, it's me, Alex Thompson. Can you walk?" She stared, recognition flickering through the haze. "You. No time." He scooped her up. She was lighter than he expected, all sharp angles and trembling. Her arm hung limp, burned bad. The ceiling groaned. A chunk of plaster crashed inches from his head. He shielded her with his body, stumbling toward the window. The fire escape was a twisted skeleton, but it was something. "Hold on." He kicked out the glass. Night air rushed in, sweet and cold. The crowd below gasped as he climbed out, Elena clinging to his neck. The metal ladder screamed under their weight. Halfway down, a rung snapped. They fell the last 6 feet, landing hard in the grass. Sirens finally arrived. Paramedics swarmed. Alex's hands were blistered, his lungs raw, but he waved them off. Her first. Elena was loaded onto a stretcher, oxygen mask fogging with each breath. Before they wheeled her away, she grabbed his wrist. Why? She rasped. He didn't answer. Couldn't. The hospital smelled like bleach and bad coffee. Alex sat in the ER waiting room, shirt singed, staring at a vending machine that had eaten his last dollar. A nurse finally approached. She's stable. Second-degree burns, smoke inhalation. Wants to see you. He almost laughed. Wants to see me. Elena's room was dim, monitors beeping. She looked smaller in the hospital gown, dripping into her vein. Her eyes, those same green eyes, tracked him as he entered. You saved my life, she said. No preamble. Yeah. He shifted. How's the arm? They say I'll keep the hand. A pause. I remember you. Hard to forget the guy you axed. She flinched. I axed a lot of guys. Silence stretched. Then, I didn't know about your daughter. Mia. She's 6. Loves dinosaurs and hates broccoli. He rubbed his neck. Didn't put that on my performance review. Elena looked away. Apex was bleeding money. Investors wanted heads. I picked the ones with the least political cover. Translation: single dads are disposable. I was wrong. The words came out small. I thought efficiency was mercy. Clean cuts. No mess. She gestured at her bandaged arm. Turns out mess finds you anyway. Alex studied her. The CEO mask was gone. What was left was a woman who'd almost died in a fire she couldn't outsource. I don't need your apology, he said. I need a job. She blinked. You want to work for me again? I want to feed my kid. You want a project manager who can crawl through fire? I'm your guy. A laugh escaped her, startled, rusty. You're insane. Probably. 3 days later, Alex stood in Apex's gleaming lobby, resume crumpled in his fist. The receptionist did a double take. Mr. Thompson? Ms. Voss is expecting you. The executive floor hadn't changed. Same glass walls, same overpriced art. But Elena was different. She wore a silk blouse that hid the bandages, hair pulled back, eyes sharp but softer. Sit. She gestured to the chair across her desk. The same one he'd been fired from. He sat. I'm reinstating you, she said. Same title. Better salary. And a childcare stipend. Alex's mouth opened. Closed. Why? Because I owe you. And because, she hesitated. I looked up your old projects. The renewable energy initiative you pitched last year? The one I killed? It would have saved us $12 million in penalties. He stared. You're rehiring me for a dead idea? I'm rehiring you because you see things I don't. And because I'm tired of being the villain in someone's story. The first month was brutal. Colleagues whispered. The guy who carried the CEO out of a fire, Elena micromanaged, then apologized, then micromanaged again. Alex bit his tongue, fixed budgets, and picked Mia up from daycare with soot still under his nails. One night, Elena showed up at his tiny apartment unannounced, holding a pizza box and a bottle of wine. Mia answered the door. Are you the lady Daddy saved? Elena crouched. I am. And you must be the dinosaur expert. Mia's eyes went wide. Do you like T-Rex or Triceratops? Triceratops. Better defense. Alex watched from the kitchen, stunned. Over pizza, Elena asked about Mia's school. About Sarah's new boyfriend. About the nights Alex couldn't sleep because the mortgage was due. He answered in short sentences, waiting for the catch. There wasn't one. 6 months later, Apex launched the Thompson Initiative, Alex's old renewable plan, rebranded and fully funded. Elena gave him the stage at the investor gala. He wore a suit that actually fit, Mia on his hip in a velvet dress. When he finished speaking, the room erupted. Elena clapped hardest. Afterward, in the empty ballroom, she found him by the windows. City lights glittered below. "You know," she said, "I used to think success meant never needing anyone. And now? Now I think it means knowing who to carry out of the fire." She touched his arm, light, tentative. "And who to let carry you?" He looked at her. Really looked. The woman who'd fired him. The woman he'd saved. The woman who'd rebuilt his life, piece by careful piece. "Mia starts first grade next week," he said. "She wants you to come to her dinosaur presentation." Elena smiled, real, unguarded. "Wouldn't miss it." Years later, when reporters asked how a fired project manager became Apex's chief sustainability officer, Alex told them the truth. "I pulled my boss out of a burning building. She pulled me out of a worse one. And if you're still here, wiping tears or grinning at the screen, smash that like button **, drop a comment with your favorite part, and subscribe for more stories that prove second chances aren't fairy tales. They're just people choosing, over and over, to be better." See you in the next one.